Here's my rankings of all the Fox Marvel movies. In dead last is Fan Four Stick, full of cliches, boring, not interesting, and an obvious attempt at Fox to keep the movie rights. Elektra, very pointless spinoff, wasn't needed, super boring, and a total slog to sit through. X-Men Dark Phoenix, easily the worst of the X-Men movies. It butchered the iconic storyline. None of the cast felt like it wanted to be there. It looked super cheap and just introduced aliens just out of nowhere. X-Men Origins Wolverine, it was not interesting. They butchered Deadpool. They tried way too hard to be cool. And Hugh Jackman Wolverine, despite being awesome, he was at his worst in this. New Mutants, very bad attempt at a Marvel horror movie. Had some interesting ideas, just wasn't executed well. And the New Mutants was just not the source material for it. 2003's Daredevil. It's a bad movie, but it's so bad it's entertaining. It took itself way too seriously. The villains were super entertaining, and the soundtrack was so early 2000s. Fantastic Four, the team's first foray into the silver screen. Solid cast, but very, very little action. Doctor Doom, horrible portrayal, and it focused on them becoming celebrities rather than being superheroes. Rise of the Silver Surfer, a slightly better movie than its predecessor, but still weak in some areas. Galactus being a cloud was what? Doctor Doom, again, push it aside. And overall plot, just focusing on a wedding. Come on, really? X-Men Apocalypse, not super interesting. Horrible portrayal of Apocalypse. Just very forgettable and boring. X-Men The Last Stand, not a very good movie, had way too much going on. Again, butchered the Dark Phoenix saga. However, there was some cool moments, but unfortunately, they just didn't gel super well. The OG X-Men, the one that started it all. Though revolutionary at the time, watching it now, it is a little outdated with the effects, the costumes. However, Hugh Jackman's introduction as Wolverine, great cast with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, and some pretty cool action scenes and cool displays of power. Overall, it's a pretty good time. The Wolverine, the first good solo Wolverine movie. It had a lot going for it, but unfortunately, it suffered from an identity crisis of just flip-flopping through different tones and genres. However, Hugh Jackman was awesome as Wolverine as always, action delivered, and it was a solid standalone film. Deadpool 2, a worthy sequel to the original. A lot of fun. Ryan Reynolds was great as Deadpool. Cast was great, super funny, action-packed. However, not as good as the first one. In the same vein as Spider-Man 2 is the best one out of the Maguire Spider-Man movies, X2 is the best one of the original X-Men trilogy. Cool action, great display of powers, delved into Wolverine's backstory a little bit, an awesome introduction from Nightcrawler himself. Overall, it's a great X-Men movie, highly recommend it. Deadpool 1, the movie that redeemed Ryan Reynolds. Great time, funny, action-packed, a great introduction to a brand new character. Can't miss it. It's a great superhero movie, and it shows that R-rated superhero movies can work. X-Men First Class, a great reboot/prequel, great cast with James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. Great action, cool, creative, inventive, super fun, and one of my all-time favorites. But hands down, the best main X-Men movie is this one, Days of Future Past. High stakes, great action, great story, great themes, all around nearly a perfect X-Men movie. Just nearly. And of course, the best one, Logan. The ultimate send-off to Hugh Jackman's portrayal of the character. Dark, gritty, gripping, sad. But it was so heartfelt and just so good. Great story and a great cap-off to a legendary portrayal. What do you guys think? What's your favorite Marvel movie from 20th Century Fox?